What's going on? What's going on? Everyone have a seat because we are going to discuss AEW Fight Forever. The game that was highly anticipated from wrestling fans. The state is in now. How I honestly feel about the game. And I'm just going to tell y'all the truth. No more sugarcoating. 2024, I'm going to be transparent with y'all guys about how I feel about certain games. AEW Fight Forever, when the rollout was being brung out a few years ago, we was getting hyped. It was talking about coming soon. And the silhouette of the game, it basically was kind of advertised to be like No Mercy, WWF No Mercy from back in the day. For those of you that know, No Mercy is the greatest wrestling games of all time. I don't know if you know, not Here Comes the Pain. I know you guys like Here Comes the Pain, but Here Comes the Pain is not the greatest wrestling game of all time. No Mercy is, guys. Stop playing around. You know No Mercy is better. If you say Here Comes the Pain is better, you haven't played No Mercy. And if you did play it, you had to be there back in 2000 when that game came out, 2001, 2000, whenever that game, No Mercy came out, to understand. But let me get back. So it's No Mercy, right? So that's the thing I was leading on, the thing that got me hyped, the thing that got me so excited. But they never really technically advertised the game like that. They kind of, in a nonchalant way, was saying, well, it plays like the old school games. I played it, and I played a little bit of it, and then it slowly began to sink in that this is not No Mercy. Which I'm not saying they should have copied the exact framework of that game, but if you kind of hype it up to be this style of game, then you might as well just go all in. You kind of remixed it. It had a lot of blood, it had a lot of gore, crazy matches, but then I started to notice some of the same animations, some of the same few move sets. And I'm looking at this game, I'm starting to realize this game really is not that deep for real. So I'm gonna be honest, man. When this game came out, I tried to play it, and I played it for a little bit, but all in all, the grand total of how long I played Fight Forever is I played it for 3 weeks and I gave it up. I couldn't tolerate it, man. It was boring, man. It wasn't fun to me. The things that I fantasized this game being, it was far from it. And I gave them the bail. I said, well, listen, this is their first video game, which is an accomplishment. That's still an accomplishment that this is their first video game. But they had THQ Nordic help make this game, and I thought they was in good hands. Now this game, Fight Forever, would have done awesome back in 2010s, the 2010s. But I think y'all ought to remind you guys what's going on here with reality. We are living in 2020. We're in 2024, right? Last year was 2023, 2022, 2021. We're supposed to be technologically more advanced civilization as far as gaming. Now, I understand a lot of us like to play retro games. That's fine. That's a whole new niche. We love the retro games. I got the old Ninja Turtles arcade games. I got the old Simpsons arcade games. But if you're making a game, now you have to kind of come up with it. We are in the most, I said this before, we are in the most we criticize games like never before in 2020, in the 2020s. We criticize the games. We're going to nitpick. We're going to complain. Your technology is supposed to be up to par. If your game is on the PlayStation 5, if your game is on the Xbox Series X, your game has to bring it, and it didn't bring it. It just didn't bring it. It would have been fine for a PlayStation 4 game, an early PlayStation 4 game when the PlayStation 4 first came out, or a PlayStation 3 game, but no, not a PlayStation 5 game. This is absolutely unacceptable. We can't let it slide, guys. We can't let it. I'm not going to let it slide. Y'all can do what you want. A lot of y'all might have loved the game. There should be more move sets. There should be more fun, more animation. There was a brief moment when the next gen consoles came out. The PlayStation, I think it was in 2020 or 2021. I honestly was thinking, and I was going to keep it real, that gaming was dying because the games were so boring. All the games was boring. I mean, of course, all the games were hyped to the moon. The commercials were hyped. Sponsors was hyping the game. Not just AEW Fight. I'm talking about other games around this time frame, the 2020, 2021, 2019. They was overhyping game. Oh man, you could do that. But when you play the game as an individual, it's like, man, this game is boring. What are you talking about? This game is great. And you buy the game and you force yourself to play a certain amount of time with the game, but it's like, man, this game is not fun. I don't know what's going on. There is, to me, a bunch of people overhyping the game in the media, and these games really are not that fun. And games have been getting crucified left and right. You had Saints Row, people have been complaining about that. You had the Cyberpunk, which now they turned it around, made it better. You had Starfield, for goodness sake, a game that I like, but it's being crucified because it's not what we thought we was going to get, a lot of us. If you're going to make a video game in 2024, and if you're trying to compete with a rival like WWE, then you kind of gotta swing for the fences. You say, I'm not going to compare, but there's only much time in a day. Our time is on the line. You see, 24 hours in a day. So much entertainment. This is why you got to step the game up. Not because I'm just saying it, because every individual, you as an individual listening to my video, you have so much entertainment. You can go outside, you can go here, you can go there, but then at home, your leisure time, you can watch a movie. You have Netflix, you have HBO Max, what you call Max now, you have Paramount Plus, you have Disney Plus. You have NBA League Pass. You had the NFL Network. You have video games services stacked to the ceiling. This entertainment, that entertainment. If you want to keep our attention, your video game is going to have to compete with all that entertainment. That's just a fact. If you don't compete with the entertainment, then organically, I don't even have to say nothing. You don't even have to say this game sucks, I don't like this game is boring. Organically, nature will take its course and you will slowly stop playing the video game automatically. Not because any influence from an influencer or somebody saying the reviews are bad. Your natural human nature will say, okay, wait a minute, this is boring. I try to play it, but let me go play something else. And if you force yourself to play a game, then you'll be like feeling real bad about yourself. Like, man, I wasted so much time playing that game. The DLC, I get. Now, the DLC, I do like their idea. You know, just run around and kind of like a Fortnite style, run around and beat each other up. But that may not even be enough to get this thing going. Some of these games that's coming out, the rollout, the commercials are more fun than the actual game. Now, here's the thing. AEW Fight Forever, I don't know if you know this or not, actually won some type of sports game of the year award for 2022. Gamescom or something, I'm not exactly sure, but they won sports game of the year 2022. And I don't understand how they did. I don't understand how they did. I just don't know. How could that game actually win a game of the year? Who of us thinks that game is fun enough to be a game of the year, sports game of the year? I don't think I know anybody. Now I gotta go back and see the sports games for 2022, what sports games was out. But I don't know what's going on, man. But the reality is this: the fans are going to decide if your game is really that good or not awards for real. Like certain game of the year awards, like the game awards, they have game of the year. They let the fans vote. Me and you can vote on their website for who's going to win. I respect that. But then there's other people. I mean, I'm not trying to talk about anybody, but there's other award shows that certain people vote for them. The fans are out of it, and they vote for which game they like. And then it's like the game they voted for that. Like I just don't understand. I just don't really get it. But this is just a real raw and uncut video here. I normally say, well, they did a good job. At least they tried. At least they should be happy that the game did come out, because we was worried that the game wasn't even going to be released. So it did do that. They did accomplish something. But at the end of the day, we really, as gamers, we kind of want to get to the fun. We don't want to get, I don't want to get too sentimental here. Like, oh, it's their first game. Oh, it's this. Oh, well, look at they did it. They had, look at their team. I'm trying to, at the end of the day, I'm giving you my money to to play a good game. Like, that's the end of that's the reality. And if the game's not all that good, then like the sentimental stuff to me goes out the window. Like, okay, well, you made a game, but I mean, you think you should have left it in the oven a little while? But then if they did that, then we would have been like, all right, where's this game, man? It's taking too long. AEW Fight for Never, you know. The game, man, to me is just not good. I'm just gonna have to keep it real. They should have went all in with the No Mercy style, because that's what we want. The game, people still playing the game. If I understand correctly, some people still playing the game, but I'm not. I'm done. But it was a fun little roller coaster ride, trying to figure out the release dates. Looking at the blood, it was fun. I mean, it was entertaining. But then when the game actually came out, the entertainment stopped. And that's with a lot of video games. The entertainment stops once the game comes out. Now, 2023, last year, saved gaming. Like I said earlier, I thought gaming was dying. I honestly did. And you can go back. People was making videos and Reddit posts, is gaming dying? Is gaming dying? 2023 saved gaming. So many good games came out last year. Now they got to keep the momentum, because gaming was on life support. Even though we had next gen technology, it still wasn't enough. You just can't have next gen technology and not have good games. There's more to make. These games are like art, works of art. It's more than just having, oh, look at the graphics. Oh, look at the, after the graphics, what's the story? What's the meat and potatoes? That's what we really want. That's what's going to make your game, make or break the game. We're kind of in a weird time right now as far as gaming, because, like I said, it's like people are still trying to do the retro style video game, like the retro pixelated, and then in between with, oh no, realistic graphics. And it's like it's kind of limbo, like, well, should we do this or shouldn't we do that, or the limitations. I mean, we got next gen consoles like 3 years ago, and they already talking about limitations. It's too early to be talking about limitations. Just tell me what you can do. Don't tell me what you can't do, for goodness sake. You can do it. Y'all can do it. I believe in these companies, man. I believe they can do more than what they're giving us. But I think some things are being rushed. Some things are being not handled well. Well, anyway, that's it for that. 3 out of 10. I didn't really play it, man. I didn't play it. And the crazy part about it, there wasn't really a lot of other games out that had my attention. But you're competing with other attentions. You're competing with other entertainment. And you got to have more layers to whatever you're making as far as video games. Well, anyway, I'm Wacky Cat. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'm out.